Keep working, keep working. Keep it tight.
Before we dive in, smash that like and hit subscribe. In just a few days, the track world will stop, hold its breath, and watch as two titans of sprinting collide under the blazing lights of Tokyo 2025. It's not the final, but it may as well be. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the legendary pocket rocket, will line up for her last World Championship 100-meter heat. And directly in her path stands Marie-Josée Ta Lou, the relentless Ivorian sprinter who has spent her career chasing greatness and now sees her chance to finally claim it. The race hasn't started yet, but the anticipation is boiling over. This isn't just about qualifying. This is about legacy, respect, and the clash of two careers that have defined women's sprinting for the past decade. The countdown has begun, and the closer we get, the more it feels like history is preparing to unfold. For Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, this heat will be far more than a race. It will be a statement. At 38, she is entering her farewell World Championships, carrying with her the medals, the titles, and the aura of one of the greatest sprinters ever to live. Fans know the story well. 2 Olympic golds, 5 World Championship crowns in the 100 meters, comebacks after injury, comebacks after motherhood, and a career that never bent to the doubters who said she was too small, too old, or too finished. Now, just days before her final bow, she faces the familiar test of the preliminary. But this time, it's wrapped in symbolism. Every stride she takes is no longer about building her resume. It's about sealing it, leaving no doubt that she exits as a queen on her own terms. The countdown isn't just toward a race. It's toward the closing act of an era that changed the face of sprinting forever. If Fraser-Pryce is the queen preparing for her last march, Marie-Josée Ta Lou is the challenger sharpening her sword. At 36, she knows her window is closing, and Tokyo 2025 might be her last and best chance to rewrite the story of her career. Time and again, she has been heartbreakingly close. Olympic finals, world championship near misses, podiums without the gold. And every time, Fraser-Pryce has stood in her way. That's why this upcoming heat carries such weight for Ta Lou. Beating Fraser-Pryce in her farewell championship, even in the prelims, would be more than a victory. It would be a symbolic transfer of power. She has trained relentlessly for this, and you can see it in her interviews, in her energy, in the determination that radiates when she steps onto the track. This isn't just another race for Ta Lou. It's a chance to prove she belongs in the same breath as the legends. And the chance won't come again. The world of sprinting has seen many rivalries, but Fraser-Pryce versus Ta Lou is unique. It's not fueled by trash talk or off-track drama. It's built on pure, unfiltered competition. For years, they have met in semifinals and finals in Diamond League showdowns, with Fraser-Pryce often leaving with the victory and Ta Lou leaving with the frustration of being just a heartbeat too slow. But now, with Fraser-Pryce stepping into her last championship and Ta Lou sensing her final chance, the rivalry takes on a new dimension. It's no longer just about medals, it's about what their careers represent. Fraser-Pryce, the model of consistency and dominance. Ta Lou, the embodiment of resilience and hunger. And in a few days, the lanes in Tokyo will put their stories side by side once again, with the world watching to see whose chapter ends in triumph and whose remains unfinished. Yes, it's a preliminary round. No, it won't decide medals. But don't be fooled, the stakes could not be higher. Fraser-Pryce has nothing left to prove, yet everything left to protect. Her legacy is already written, but the way she leaves will shape how the world remembers her final act. Ta Lou, meanwhile, has everything to prove. Beating Fraser-Pryce before the world, even if it's in the early rounds, would tilt the momentum of the championships and set the tone for the semifinals and finals to come. This isn't about times, records, or even qualification. It's about control of the narrative. Whoever wins this heat will walk into the next round with the psychological upper hand. And in sprinting, that can be more powerful than raw speed. That's why the buzz around this race grows louder with each passing day. It's more than a heat. It's a battle for perception. As the race draws nearer, the mental battle has already begun. Fraser-Pryce has built her career on being unshakable. Her starts are explosive, her composure unmatched, her ability to thrive under pressure legendary. But Ta Lou has studied her, raced her, and learned from every defeat. This time, she steps into Tokyo armed with knowledge, determined not to blink. The psychological game is unfolding before the gun even fires. Interviews, press conferences, training clips, every move sends a message. Fraser-Pryce projects calm authority, the aura of a queen at peace with her crown. Ta Lou radiates hunger, fire, and the unspoken message, I am coming for you. When they crouch at the blocks in a few days, the question will be who carries the stronger mind, the steadier heart, and the sharper focus. In a sport measured in milliseconds, mentality can decide everything. Across the globe, the countdown is being felt like a drumbeat. In Jamaica, fans prepare to celebrate their queen one last time, waving flags and reliving her greatest triumphs. In Ivory Coast, hope burns brighter than ever, with fans daring to believe that this is finally Ta Lou's year. Social media is buzzing with highlight reels, debates, and predictions, while journalists hype the heat as one of the most anticipated races in championship history. Even athletes not in the race are weighing in, acknowledging the weight of this clash. Everyone knows the medals will be decided later, but the story will be decided here. Every fan, every headline, every trending hashtag points to one question. Will Fraser-Pryce bow out with dominance, or will Ta Lou finally break through? That question alone has the track world restless as the days tick down. When the athletes finally step into the blocks, the world will witness more than just a qualification round. This heat represents the very essence of sport. Legacy colliding with hunger, history battling ambition, the unrelenting cycle of eras passing from one to the next. For Fraser-Pryce, it is the closing act of a story that began in Beijing 2008, one last chance to remind the world why she is one of the greatest of all time. For Ta Lou, it is the chance to change her story forever, to prove she was not destined to play second fiddle, but to shine as a queen in her own right. And for the fans, it is a reminder of why sprinting captures hearts. It condenses years of sacrifice, heartbreak, and hope into a burst of seconds that can never be repeated. This heat is more than just a step toward the final. It is the heartbeat of Tokyo 2025. And so the stage is set. Just days from now, the gun will fire and two careers will crash together one last time on the world's biggest stage. Fraser-Pryce, the icon, racing not just for qualification but for legacy. Ta Lou, the challenger, running not just for advancement but for vindication. The world will watch, the stadium will erupt, and history will be written in less time than it takes to draw a breath. Until then, the countdown continues. The debates rage, the anticipation builds, and the question hangs in the air. When the moment comes, will the queen's farewell shine brighter, or will the challenger finally claim her crown? One thing is certain, Tokyo 2025 will not forget what's about to unfold.